We are going to discuss literature in chronology from the year 1133 AD to 1187 AD. So in 1133 AD, Henry of Huntington wrote History of the English. Henry of Huntington was one of the most famous and important Anglo-Norman historian of that time who hailed from the secular clergy. And this History of English, its original title was in medieval Latin named Historia Anglorum, which means History of the English. And in 1135 AD, Stephen Henry's first nephew claims the throne of Matilda. And then another prominent event of this era was the intermittent civil war. Then in 1137 AD, Geoffrey of Monmouth's History of the Kings of Britain was written. This particular work, the original title is Historia Britannia, and it was a fictional history of Britain which was written between 1135 AD and 1139 AD. It is the first sustained account of King Arthur II. It was a very popular book of the Middle Ages. The story begins with the settlement of the Britain by the great grandson of Aeneas named Brutus the Trojan, and also discuss about the reigns of many early kings of the leading to the Roman conquest. Now in 1140 AD we have Geoffrey Gaymer's Histoire des Anglais, which includes account of Havelock the Dane. In 1140 AD, 1147 to 49 AD, we have Aelred. Aelred reigns during this time, and the spiritual and historical works includes the life of Edward the Confessor. In 1150 AD, we have the play Mysteria de Adam, which was probably composed in England. In 1153 AD, we have Treaty of Winchester, where Stephen retains the throne and Matilda's son Henry becomes the Matilda's son Henry's heir. Okay, and 1154 AD, Henry's second, the son of Henry I, reigns, and the Old English Peterborough Chronicle ends with that year. Now, 1155 AD, Pope allegedly grants Henry Lordship of Ireland. This year, Weiss has written Roman de Brut, which was based on Geoffrey of Monmouth, which is written in Norman language. Roman de Rau is a verse chronicle by Weiss, which covers the history of the Dukes of Normandy from the time of Rollo of Normandy to the Battle of Tinchebray in 1106 AD. It is a national epic of Normandy. And in 1159 AD, John of Salisbury flourished. His treatise on political theory and logical arts became very famous. 1164 AD, Constitutions of Clarendon was written, and Henry seeks control over the church. 1166 AD, Assize of Clarendon happens. Henry lays foundation of trial by jury of English common law. 1167 AD till 1170 AD, Oxford Halls of Residence of English Scholars was founded, and scholars previously who had studied at the University of Paris. Works of this time includes Gnut's Song, Poema Morale, Proverbs of Alfred, Verses of Saint Baldric, Paternoster poem, etc. Gnut's Song was the first example of actual ballad. King Knut was a Viking and is celebrated in early Danish histories as a great warrior and conqueror. Poema Morale is an Old English poem about life. It is a long didactic poem in 14 years. That means 14 syllables. Now the Proverbs of Alfred. It is a collection of early Middle English sayings ascribed to King Alfred the Great, who is known as England's darling, and is said to have been uttered at the Assembly of Seaford, East Sussex. The verses of Saint Godric is an early testimony, a childlike invocation to Virgin, and one to Saint Nicholas. Paternoster, along with the Credo, was considered very necessary for Christians to know and understand the condition of salvation. It does its part in combat against the devil who can be put to fight. 1169 to 71 AD, we see the invasion of Ireland led by Richard of Clare. 1170 AD, we see Thomas Becket, who is murdered after years of conflict with Henry over jurisdiction of church and state. He was canonized in 1173 AD. It was also the approximate date of Y.D. Edaur lay confessor by Nun of Barking, which dealt with the life of King Edward the Confessor. 1174 AD, we have the Treaty of Falaise. William I of Scotland pays homage to Henry. 1176 AD, we have Assize of Northampton, which who further increases administrations of centralized royal justice. 1177 AD, we have Richard Fitznigel, whose dialogues de Cesario was on the methods of government. In this year, Nigel Viraker's Mirror of Fools also become important, which is actually a satire on manners and clerical vices. 1180 AD, we have William Fitzstephen's Life of Thomas Becket, which includes an account of London. Mary de France at English court writes fables and lays. La Sainte Resurrection is a drama which is written in this year, which depicts the episodes of crucifixion. 1180 to 86 AD, we have John of Ford, whose life of Saint Wulfric of Hazelbury, who was a priest, healer, seer, and mystic. He lived in a cell abutting the village church from 1125 AD until his death 1154 AD. The work portrays the life of the recluse, his austerities, the hours of prayers, his familiar comparison with companionship with God, as well as his place in the community, a network of relationship which stretches countrywide, and his friendships which is maintained over years with men and women. 1181 to 92 AD, we have Walter Map's Trifles of Courtiers, which is a satire on court life. It was a Latin work which was titled De Nugis Curialium. The book takes the form of a series of anecdotes of people and places, offering many sidelights on the history of his own time. Some are from personal knowledge and apparently reliable. Others represent popular rumors about history and current events and are often far from the truth. So in 1187 AD, we have the Jerusalem was retaken by Saladin. So these are the major events that happened during this time till 1187 AD. So I hope you understood. Thank you.